Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. I'm definitely not in my pajamas filming this. Okay, I am. It's like 9 o'clock in the evening and I just felt like turning the camera on and filming my May favourites. So yeah, this is why I look a bit dishevelled and the hair is looking... This is literally as fancy as I can get on my hair. Like a side braid, a ponytail, curls and straightening. That's as far as I can go. So yeah, this is pretty much as good as it gets. So yeah, if you're here for the hair, that's hard to say. If you're here for the hair, you're best off going somewhere else because I can't do hair. Anyway, I don't know why I'm shouting on about that. We're here to talk about May favourites. If you want to see some of the products that I was loving throughout the month of May, just keep watching. Okay, I have one skincare item. The rest is makeup. It's just the way it is this month. Well, for last month technically. For May. Anyway, this is the Vichy Mineral 89. It is a fortifying and plumping daily booster. I went to the launch of this and I got given it and I didn't really, like, I kind of jumped in and out of using it, but I hadn't really used it properly. And why does Rosie always bark when I'm filming? She's barking at birds. The birds are annoying her. They always like torment her. I could see the fucking birds on the fence tormenting her. Anyway, yeah, I started using a moisturiser that was for more acne prone skin or like spot prone skin, because obviously I have oily skin, and it just really made it dry and it didn't really do what my skin wanted it to do. So I hadn't, like, that was going to be my daytime moisturiser and then obviously it wasn't working. So I just found this in my drawer and started using it, and I'm very picky about daytime moisturisers just because if I use something really heavy, you can see because like my skin or my makeup starts to break up and everything gets a bit messy, so I have to be kind of careful with what I use, but I still want hydration as well. So I started using this. I use a serum as well. I use the Body Shop, it's in my little thing, Roots of Strength serum in the day, and I've been really liking this, and I've been using this as my daytime moisturiser, and then I actually use an SPF over top as well because it's very warm around these parts at the minute. This is full, from what I can remember, this is full of hyaluronic acid, so it's really good for a moisture boost, but it's a gel formula, so it doesn't kind of, although my skin kind of drinks it in, and it's like hydrates my skin, but it doesn't leave a film or an oiliness on the surface of my skin, which is very important for me. And as I said, I just randomly started using it, and as you can see, like, I have about a quarter of the bottle left, so I've been thoroughly enjoying it. And as you know, Vichy is quite inexpensive. To be fair, I love Vichy. I love La Roche-Posay. Like, they do some brilliant skincare, and I know the two of them aren't the same thing, but they're a similar kind of brand. And this is a really good moisturiser if you're looking for something that's not too heavy on the skin but still offers hydration. I do recommend it. Okay, next up is one of technically 4 makeup favourites. This is a really random one, and again, this was kind of lying. When I get Pure packages in, I tend to kind of leave them there until I photograph them, unless I can like dig in without ruining a photograph. And this was something that I got in Pure. It actually came with a pair of cupcake socks, which are pretty deadly because they're part of the Essence Kawaii collection. And yeah, the socks are awesome. I actually wore them a couple of weeks ago and everyone was calling me a child, and I was okay with it. But this is like something that I was a bit skeptical about, and I kind of just left there because I didn't really think that I would be very interested in it. It's a little palette. It's a small palette, but the pans are quite big, and there's donuts on the outside. Hold on. And then you open it up and it looks a bit like this. And actually the colour selection is really wearable, and I shouldn't have judged a book by its cover because this is a damn good little palette, and the colours, like the colour payoff is really good. I particularly really like this shade in the middle. It's like a warm bronze, and I've been kind of using this a lot in the daytime, just like a wash of colour all over my lid. And I've actually gotten a couple of compliments on it, so that's really good because I think it kind of brings out the green in my eyes. So if you have blue eyes, this would be a really good shade. But overall, this is an awesome little palette, and the shadows apply really nicely with a brush and with your fingers. So you can kind of get a less opaque but still a pigmented payoff if you just use a brush. And then if you want to go in heavier, you can use your finger, and they pack on really, really nicely. And it's just an awesome little palette, especially I would assume it's not more than £6 or £7, if even. Generally, sorry, that was a watch. Jesus, I'm getting so many interruptions. Generally, Essence do trend edition collections, so they don't be on shelves for very long. But if you do see this in store, I would recommend swatching it because it's a really nice little palette. Like, I can't even do a proper plot with me here. This is just, it's falling apart in front of your eyes. I'm sorry you have to see this. Anyway, next up is an oldie but a goodie in my opinion. If you used to watch my videos like a year or two ago, you would have seen me use this all the time. This is the Kryolan. Does it have a real like fancy name? No, it's just the Kryolan translucent powder. It's a loose powder, ooh, from Kryolan. And I actually really like the sifter because it doesn't got all that kind of is making a lie around me, but the powder doesn't go everywhere. You know, sometimes you get a sifter and there's loads and loads of holes in it, and you open it and it's just an awful mess. This isn't really that bad, and I've had this for years. Dare I say, you're allowed to keep powders for years. I don't think too much about it, but I just picked it up one of the days because I had been using the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation, which is a bit of a more full coverage foundation, so I didn't need any kind of coverage in my powder. And although I love this Isadora powder, it's on its way out, so I just kind of picked this up over it, and I've fallen back in love with it. It's a really smooth, finely milled powder, and it goes on really, really nicely. I generally use like a fluffy brush to apply it, and it does a really good job at locking in the makeup. It also does, like, it glides over pores and kind of fills in anything that I've missed with maybe my buffing brush when I'm putting foundation or concealer on, and it just kind of leaves a nice smooth surface without looking cakey or making my skin feel uncomfortable or anything like that. Kryolan isn't, this is like a professional makeup brand. It's not hugely expensive. I think one of these is generally about £15 and it will literally last you a lifetime. But this is a really, really good translucent powder, and it works really well for baking if that's your thing as well. Okay, next up is an eyeshadow brush, although it doesn't quite look like an eyeshadow brush because it's quite large. This is the Blank Canvas F11. And it's pretty humongous for an eyeshadow brush, but this is one of the best brushes for just applying a lid shade. So when I say a lid shade, I don't mean a lid colour. I mean if you want to set your lid and like up into your brow bone. I've been using this pretty much continuously since I got it. I got it in a goodie bag. I believe I went to one of Ciara Allen's master classes before she moved to Canada. If you don't know who Ciara Allen is, she's an awesome Irish makeup artist, and she lives in Canada now. If you live in Canada and you need a makeup artist, I'm not quite sure where she is, but I would recommend checking her out. She has a great book as well. It's awesome. But anyway, I digress. This, I think, was in one of the goodie bags, and as I said, it's a really big brush. Like, you could probably use this for concealing and stuff as well, but I believe it is an actual eyeshadow brush, and has a really gorgeous rose gold. Is it rose gold? Yeah, it is. Rose gold ferrule? Is that what that's called? I think. But it's really good for using like just a skin colour eyeshadow, because I always have to set my lids when I use, well, when I use anything, but when I use not concealer, sorry. But yeah, I always have to set my lids generally because I have oily lids. But if I use a primer, I'll get a skin coloured eyeshadow and like apply it all over my lid, just because it makes blending easier and it kind of sets everything in place. And this is like the best lazy man's tool ever in the world, because you can just kind of swipe over and you hit all the high points and low points and all the creases and all, and I really like it, and I literally use it every day. So I've only been using it for the past couple of months because I kind of forgot I had it, but this is staying in my little pot of brushes and I'll use it consistently now. It's really, really good. Okay, I'll only throw in one more because I'm actually melting in front of your eyes and my hair is an absolute state. My last favourite for the month of May is two things, but they both serve a similar purpose and are from the same brand. These are from Isadora. So we have the Isadora Precision Brow Pen, which is a waterproof brow pencil. And then we have the Isadora Brow Shape and Gel with a precision brush. I really like this pencil. This is new in from Isadora. I believe they're both new in from Isadora. If you don't know, Isadora is a brand. I don't know how many other countries it's sold in, but in Ireland it's sold in pharmacies kind of nationwide. And it's not the most inexpensive brand in the pharmacy, but generally they do kind of good staple products, and these are definitely good staple products. This pencil doesn't come with a spoolie or anything, which can be a pain in the arse for a lot of people. That doesn't really bother me. And I have the shade dark brown, which is working well because I'm liking a bolder brow at the minute. But it's just a really smooth pencil. It's super pigmented and it's not very dry. So you use a light hand with it and you can definitely like really map out the shape of the brow that you want without too much hassle. And then when you go to clean up your brows as well, it cleans up really nicely as well. Like you can blend it out with concealer and it doesn't kind of go all over the place or anything like that. But it's just a really good pigmented, skinny eyebrow pencil. And I am a big fan of micro brow pencils, and this one has definitely been added to my list of faves. I really like it. And then we have the brow shaping gel, which is, I don't know if this comes in different colours or anything, but I have a clear one anyway. But look at the size of that teeny tiny brush. Like, it's just a teeny tiny little brush, and you can like pull up all the hairs with it, and it's not crispy or flaky or anything like that. Now mine's a bit gross now because I've been using it consistently, but I just really like the brush in it in particular, and it makes me feel like I have more brow hairs than I do because you can kind of fluff them up with it as well. And also I will say that sometimes, like especially because I've oilier skin, I will have to kind of redo my makeup at some stage during the day. If I've done it in the morning and then I'm going out for the evening, like I'll like freshen up. And I can use this to freshen up my brows, and it doesn't kind of clump or like go wonky or anything. Like you can definitely reapply it. So that's another good thing about it. Like the formula isn't too thick or unworkable. So yeah, I think both of these kind of retail for about €13 like each, which isn't the most inexpensive in the chemist, but they are good products. So it all depends on like what you want from your brand. So yeah, I really like this. I'm taking this plait out because like you shouldn't have to see my hair like that. It's just obscene. I was thinking I was keeping it off my face rather than putting it up in a ponytail because I look like a potato, but yeah, there's a reason why I wear my hair down all the time. Anyway, that was definitely a rambly monthly favourites. I tend to ramble when I do my monthly favourites because I never really know what I'm going to say. I just gotta choose the products and then talk off the top of my head. And like the past few weeks has been a bit nuts in my personal life, so that's definitely reflecting in my rambling. But anyway, we got through it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like monthly favourites. Is it like something that I should continue doing? I like doing them, so let me know if you like them. Anyway, I'll say the usual spiel just because you say it. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I shall talk to you in my next video. Take care. Bye.